G'day there everyone, and welcome along to Balloon Kaboom. I'm Arnie from Arnie's Shack, and again I've got my friend here with me, Pastor Darren. G'day there, Pastor Darren.
Hi Arnie, hi everyone. Welcome along to our Bible stories with a twist.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. Sounds like a lot of fun, Pastor Darren.
So wherever you are around the world, welcome along to this workshop where we're going to show you how to not just tell stories, but to use balloons to tell stories.
Yeah, I love telling stories with you, Pastor Darren, with the balloons.
How many years have you been telling stories for, Arnie?
Well, we've been doing Balloon Kaboom for about 20 years.
That's right. And if you want to go to YouTube, you can find Arnie's Shack, or you can find our more recent series, King's Kids, and you'll see balloon kabooms and sand art and Bible reading and nature segments, all designed to reach children and families everywhere around the world.
Yeah, absolutely.
So wherever you're watching, we hope that you enjoy this workshop on how you too can use balloons to tell Bible stories with a twist.
Well, let's get on with it then, Pastor Darren.
That's right. So if you're going to be doing balloons with your storytelling, you need a good pump. This one here is a Qualitex pump, which you can get right around the world, but otherwise a good balloon pump. That's tip number one.
Good tip.
Number two is you need good quality twisting balloons.
Right. Twisting balloons, not just party balloons.
That's right. Party balloons will go pop, but good twisting 260Q, these ones are called. Again, produced by Qualitex. I've tried all different brands and I keep coming back to Qualitex. Most people go to a balloon store or to a shop and they buy balloons and think they're going to twist them. Often been on the shelf for a long time, they've been in the sunlight and they all go pop.
No good. That would be Balloon Kaboom.
That's right. But go to a good party store or a good balloon supply store online, and I recommend Qualitex balloons or similar 260Q twisting balloons, and make sure that they're as fresh as possible because they're made out of rubber.
Right.
They do break down.
Yep.
Fresh, keep them in a dark, cool spot, and you are ready to twist and tell Bible stories with a twist.
Awesome.
So let's get into it.
Okay, let's get into it, Pastor Darren. What are we going to be making first?
Well, today I thought I'd first of all show how to inflate the balloon.
Right.
And tie it off.
Yep.
And then we're going to make the balloon that all balloon twisters should know, which is the dog.
Oh, a dog. Man's best friend.
That's right.
Yep.
So simply put your balloon on the pump and hold about a centimetre or about half an inch on the pump as you inflate the balloon.
Yep. Okay, there it goes.
For a dog, I'm going at halfway up with the balloon.
Yep.
Leaving about 15 centimetres uninflated.
Okay, why do you do that, Pastor Darren?
Because as you twist each figure, the air goes into the tail. And for each figure that we make, I've got to tell you how much to leave uninflated.
Okay, so it doesn't blow up.
Otherwise it will go balloon
It goes
kaboom.
bang, yeah. Got nowhere to, the air has nowhere to go.
That's right. Sometimes it takes practice. Now also, every balloon I inflate, I burp it.
Oh, burp.
I allow a small air out.
Yep.
That softens the balloon.
Okay, makes a bit of a squeaking noise too.
Yep, that's right. But it's less likely to go pop. Then to tie it off, this is probably the hardest part of twisting for most beginners is how to tie it off.
Okay.
Simply around two fingers. Remember that bit I've left on the pump is now my tying, stretched and around two fingers, back underneath and through, and there we are.
Done.
We are ready to twist.
Let's twist it.
That's right. So, to twist, I'm simply going to start at the knotted end.
Okay, yeah.
As I said earlier,
Right.
the air goes through this end. So always find the knotted end.
You find the knotted end.
And to twist, simply squeeze and twist 3 times to form about a 10 centimetre bubble.
Oh, that's really good. And it doesn't come undone because the balloon grips.
Although you've got to hold it this section because it will come undone.
Oh, will it? Okay.
But now, the basic twist that we do for all balloons is called the lock twist.
Ah, okay, yep.
So I'm simply going to form a second bubble.
Right.
Bring the first with my stomach so it doesn't come undone. And a third bubble. And to do the lock twist, I'm bringing bubbles 2 and 3 together, pulling it out slightly so it doesn't squeak, because where it squeaks there's friction.
Right.
1, 2, 3 to lock it.
Okay.
Let it go.
Yep.
And there it is.
Okay, so that's the head, Pastor Darren.
That's right. That's the lock twist. That's
Lock
the
twist.
basic twist you need to know. You can make about 15 balloon figures just by knowing that lock twist.
Right. Lock twist. Okay.
You're going to do it again. A small bubble for the neck,
Yep.
and then 2 more longer bubbles for the front legs. I'm going to bring those 2 together
Right.
and twist it 3 times
Yep.
for the lock twist.
Okay. Second lock twist.
Yep. Now, I've got to look at what's left because I need to have a stomach, 2 back legs, and leave a tail.
Okay. Right.
So use your estimation to guess what you have left. If it's a big, long bit left, it becomes a sausage dog.
Okay. Yeah.
A small bit left, it becomes a chihuahua.
Right. Okay.
But I'm going to, about here for me,
So if
a
you want-
medium dog, and 2 bubbles and leave a tail.
Yep.
And there we have our very first balloon.
Oh, wow. That's that's excellent. That's a blue poodle.
That's right, a blue poodle.
Yep. Some people dye their poodles blue.
Well, I didn't know, Arnie, when I made this, I was shown this 25 years ago or more now by Dr. Steve Case from the US. He showed me how to make this first balloon dog.
Right.
I didn't know when I made it that a whole ministry would come out of this dog.
Yeah, that's amazing. You really didn't know that you would have made hundreds and hundreds of episodes with Arnie Shack and King's Kids, hey?
That's right, and we're blessing children right around the world we don't even know about. The other day I walked into a department store near here and I was just doing some purchasing and someone came up and said, I know you. You are the balloon man from King's Kids. And they weren't even Adventist. But because they'd seen it online, they came across, had a conversation with me. So who knows? As the Bible says, God said to Moses when he had that rod, what is that in your hand? And he used that rod to lead the people of Israel to the promised land.
Wow. So balloons are your rod.
So these balloons are powerful. And I believe when you combine balloons with the power of the gospel and the power of storytelling, it's a really powerful combination.
Amen to that, Pastor Darren.
I start twisting in a park and I have an instant lineup of families.
Do you know what dog spells backwards, Pastor Darren?
What does dog say backwards, Arnie?
Well, it says G-O-D.
Ah, so a dog is a person's best friend.
Yeah.
But the Bible says there's a friend that sticks closer than a brother.
So God is our best friend.
That's right. So there you have the Bible stories with a twist right there. Dog, depend on God. And
Wow.
backwards, it says God.
Yep.
So there you go. That's balloon twisting 101.
That's an excellent balloon you've got there, Pastor Darren.
We'll put that in your shack and we'll make the next one.
Okay, I'll call this one Bluey.
Bluey.
Yeah, come on, Bluey. you go down there and behave yourself. Don't bite my leg. On guard, Pastor Darren.
On guard, you know what making next, Arnie?
Yeah, I think we should make a sword.
That's right. All good balloon twisters know how to make a really good sword.
Yep.
I make all sorts of balloons on King's Kids and Arnie's Shack, but this is the one when I'm out twisting, I get asked for the most.
Okay, everyone wants a sword.
That's right, and there are so many sword stories in the Bible. So I'm going to tie it off again, round 2 fingers, underneath and through.
Yep.
I'm going to move slightly faster now that we know as basic twists,
Okay.
and hopefully you can keep up with me. And a small bubble, This time, instead of a lock twist, we're going to do a loop twist. Loop twist is used for flowers and for elephant ears and for swans, all sorts of things. So instead of 2 bubbles, I'm forming a loop, not too big, but big enough to pass my balloon through at the end.
Okay, loop.
Loop twist.
Yeah, don't become loopy while you're doing it.
Twist it 3 times to lock it.
Yep.
Now I'm going to form a series of small bubbles. As I'm making these, you can watch I'm squeezing air out and making really small bubbles. Not letting them go, I'm holding on to that bit so it doesn't come undone. 3, 4 small bubbles. And to finish off my sword, bring it through the middle of that loop.
Right, through the loop, yep.
Pull it through.
Yep.
Straighten it out.
Yep.
And on guard, there it is.
On guard, Pastor Darren. Do you have to sharpen it up? No, it's a bit hard to sharpen, isn't it? But you've done a really good job of that, Pastor Darren.
And most kids will want one of these.
Okay.
It's a good behaviour device, these sorts of things. When you're making a balloon, you say, I'm giving it to the best child in the room that's sitting up nice and straight, that's paying attention, that I think deserves to take it home. All the kids and the mums and dads sit up straight.
Reminds me of the sword of the Spirit, Pastor Darren.
That's right. In the Bible, the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God, you can talk about God's armour, putting on God's armour. What about David and Goliath?
Yep.
Any of the Israelite stories, story of Gideon. There's so many sword stories that you can tell and you make a sword.
Yep. Oh, that's a really good one. What's next, Pastor Darren?
Put that one down.
Yep.
Well, now that we've mastered a dog and that loop twist on the sword, I'm going to take the loop twist to a whole new level and I'm going to make a flower.
A flower. Oh,
Yep.
That'd be great. I'll be able to make some bread.
Not sure about bread, but I think you'll like this balloon.
Oh, wrong sort of flour, eh?
I'm going all the way up,
Yep.
right to the end, but this time I'm going to soften it a fair way. A lot of air coming out there.
Okay.
So
Yep.
the softer,
Yep.
the better at the end. You'll see why in a moment.
Okay.
Tie it off.
Yeah, tie it off so the air won't come out.
I'm going to tie it into a circle.
Right, that's a big circle, yeah.
Simple knot, left over right, right over left.
Okay, is that like a granny knot or something?
Granny knot will work fine.
Okay,
Then I'm going to divide it into half.
right.
So the knot's at this end. And starting at the opposite end to the knot, that's my softest part of my balloon.
Okay, so the knot's at that end, not that end.
That's right.
You like that?
Oh, Arnie, you're bright today. I'm going to divide it into 3 equal sections.
Right, 3. Yep. Into thirds.
So you now have a chain of 3 equal sections.
Righto, it is a chain, isn't it? It looks like a chain.
That's right. Now I'm going to fold it into a Z shape. Watch very carefully.
Oh, a Z, okay. Or a Z. Depends where you
In the
come
middle, the other end, I have the 2 ends. Now, if you haven't softened your balloon, this is where it'll go pop. But if 1 petal goes pop, you still make a 5-petal balloon rather than a 6-petal balloon. But here we go.
from. Okay,
So I'm going to force them into the middle.
right. This could be balloon kaboom.
It could be, grab the whole lot,
Yep.
and to lock it, I'm going around.
Wow, that was
Once.
quite difficult.
And there I have the petals.
Okay, that looks great.
Now I need to make a stem.
Yep.
I'm going to learn a new twist called the tulip twist.
Oh, a flower twist.
This is what you use to make tulips. So you make a whole bunch of tulips, but I use this to make the centre for my flower. Tie it off.
Yep.
Again, I'm leaving about the same as the dog, about 10 centimetres uninflated.
Right.
And I'm going to grab the knot with my finger. Make sure you don't have sharp fingernails, especially ladies. And down I go. I'm going to grab the knot. So it's about 3 centimetres. And grab that knot and I'm holding it and I'm twisting about a dozen times to lock that knot at the tulip twist. And there it is.
And that's the tulip twist.
That's right.
Okay.
Now I'm going to take my petals.
Right.
I'm going to, at that knot, I'm going to wedge into the middle Then one loop twist.
Right, so you're making the leaves.
Yep, another loop twist,
Yep.
like the sword. And on top of it, a third loop twist. And there it is.
And there's the flower. And
That's right.
That looks great, Pastor Darren.
Not just any flower.
Yeah, I think my wife Doreen would love that flower.
That's right, it's a sunflower.
Yep.
Did you know that sunflowers are called sunflowers because they always face the sun?
Oh, that's awesome, Pastor Darren. Maybe I should look up at the sun, but not the sun in the sky, but Jesus.
That's right, we always follow Jesus. He's there for us no matter what. And just like this is a series of knots, I bring you to the story that he makes everything beautiful in his time.
Yeah, he does, Pastor Darren.
Our life takes some twists and turns. I could tell so many stories right there of people in the Bible whose lives took some twists and turns but turned out okay in the end. Can you think of some of those stories, Arnie?
King David, plenty of those.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Ruth.
Yeah, the story of Ruth.
Yeah, big twist there. Even Adam and Eve had a twist, didn't they?
Yep, in fact, most of the stories in the Bible have a twist in them. But thankfully, you know the beginning from the end, and God makes everything beautiful in his time.
But that's fantastic, Pastor Darren. Well, that's the flower now.
That's the flower.
Pastor Darren, you know I'm a farmer from Dunedoo.
That's right, Dunedoo, that's in Australia.
Yeah, and I've got sheep on my farm. I was wondering if you could make a sheep.
Oh, yes, there's so many sheep stories in the Bible, isn't there?
Oh, heaps of stories.
So let's make a sheep.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a simple sheep. If you look at Arnie's Shack or King's Kids, you'll see I make a more difficult sheep on there.
Right.
But today I'll do a simple sheep.
A simple sheep. So this sheep is number 100?
It could be.
Yeah.
You're onto it, Arnie. That's right. The story already right there. Again, tied off. I'm going about halfway up for this balloon.
Right.
So half of the length is inflated and the other half is left. And I'm going to start with the head. I've got to think small bubble for the head.
Okay, small bubble.
Then I'm going to do 2 ears.
Yep.
Again, fairly small bubbles.
Right.
They're no more than 4 or 5 centimetres in diameter.
Okay, yep.
Another small bubble about the same size for the neck. But now I'm going to do a series of small bubbles to make the woolly face of the sheep.
Okay, lots of small bubbles.
Like the sword, but I'm going to do 1, 2, not letting go of the bottom,
Yep.
3, 4, 5 small bubbles. At the neck, join those into a loop. So you have 5 bubbles in the loop. Then bring them over the ears to form a loop around the ears, and that's his woolly head.
Oh, he's got a woolly head. It looks great, Pastor Darren.
It's a work in progress.
Oh, work in progress.
You know, we're all works in progress as God twists and shapes us into his amazing creation. And all my stories I do, I always say to my children and adults and families that it's a work in progress.
Yep.
And also that God never, ever, ever gives up on us. When it goes pop, I have another one pre-made, and I say, here's one I made earlier. He makes everything beautiful in his time. I want the gospel to come through in every single balloon kaboom story that I do.
That's right, Pastor Darren.
Because the gospel shines through in every story in the Bible. So balloons, I use balloons to make sure that gospel message gets through, that God never gives up on us and that we are all works in progress. It might take some twists and turns. It might even go pop, but God never gives up on us.
Now, I've been a work in progress all my life, Pastor Darren.
So have I. But we need to finish this. He that began a good work in you will complete it. So let's get on with it.
Okay, let's get on with it, Pastor Darren.
So simply the same as a dog, 2 front legs, a bit shorter this time, and a body, and 2 shorter back legs, leave a tail, join those together, And then I take a permanent marker or a Sharpie.
Yeah, you're going to make some eyes.
That's right.
You're going to make googly eyes.
Just googly eyes.
Yeah, so we can use the internet.
Textures add a little bit of beautiful finishing touches to your balloon creations.
Yeah, it makes them look great.
And there it is, a woolly sheep.
Right, a woolly jumper. Oh, hang on, it can't be a woolly jumper because you've got to cross a sheep with a kangaroo to get that.
Ah, that's an Australian joke, Arnie.
Yeah, woolly jumper.
That's right. But
Yeah.
where are sheep in the Bible? You already said one.
Yeah, well, David was a shepherd.
There's a shepherd. You can tell a shepherd story.
Yeah, lots of shepherds. Even Jacob was a shepherd.
Or the psalm that he wrote, Psalm 23, the Lord is my shepherd. Or you can go to the New Testament where Jesus says that he is the shepherd
Right.
and he cares for his
Yep.
sheep. So there are so many sheep stories that you can tell using making a sheep as you go.
Yeah, well, that's a great way to tell a story, Pastor Darren.
That's right. Okay, so I put the sheep to one side.
Okay, we could call that one Sean.
Sean.
Yeah.
Sean the sheep. Oh, you're bright today, Arnie.
What are we going to be making this time, Pastor Darren?
Well, I thought we'll practice that tulip twist again.
Okay.
This time I'm going to use a slightly bigger balloon you get from a party store called a 350 hue.
Right.
And I'm going to inflate it and tie it off.
Okay. Just a tiny balloon, this one.
And again, that tulip twist is taking the knot, going through the middle,
Right.
leaving the end. And again, about a dozen times I'm twisting it
Okay,
to lock
yeah.
it, poke the knot in, leave the stem.
Yep. And there it is.
What is it, Arnie?
I reckon this particular thing got us into a lot of trouble.
That's right. It's an apple.
It is an apple.
So you can use the apple to talk about the Garden of Eden
Yep.
or the fruits of the Spirit. There are so many fruit stories you think about in the Bible as well. You can make fruit to talk about it.
Yep.
But yeah, apples are always easy to make and you can tell a powerful story.
You can, Pastor Darren. It's so simple.
That's
Yeah.
right. Okay.
So what's next?
Well, now we're going to graduate to some harder balloons to finish with.
Okay.
So again, this one, there's quite a few stories in the Bible about a serpent or a snake.
That's one of my least liked creatures, Pastor Darren.
That's right. Same with me. But snakes tell a powerful story as well in the Bible. So I'm going to inflate this
Yep.
one about 3/4 of the way up.
Okay.
You can make it any colour you want. I'm going to go for gold today.
Yeah, go for gold, Pastor Darren.
And I'm going to start with the head. 2 bubbles, join them together. Around about 12 centimetres.
Right, 12.
Another 2 bubbles,
Yep.
join those together. And wedge 1 bubble through the middle.
Oh, that doesn't look easy, Pastor Darren.
Yep,
Got to be careful doing that one.
careful doesn't go kaboom.
Up! You did it. Balloon kaboom, everyone. That happens sometimes.
So where were we? 1 bubble, 2 bubbles, join them together at the knot, and then another 2 bubbles, and bring that through the middle, wedge it through.
Right, that doesn't look easy, Pastor Darren. Just be careful.
It doesn't go kaboom. Then right around
Yep,
with the remaining balloon
yep.
and thread it through,
Okay,
and the other side to lock it.
right.
And there you have the start of the head.
Okay, the snake's head.
But it needs some eyes.
Okay, yep.
I might use yellow to make the eyes.
Right, yellow eyes, yep.
And again, it's just about 20 centimetres. Soften it, tie it off into a circle. discard this bit, don't need it. Either use scissors,
Yeah,
or if
just break
you're
it
really
off.
strong, you can simply break it.
Yep, easy.
And then wedge the eyes into the top two bubbles.
Right, wedge them in.
And there you have the snake's eyes and the head. I think I need a tongue.
Okay. Oh, a tongue, yeah, like a red one, or maybe.
Yep, so I've got just a little piece of the end of a balloon. I keep my discarded pieces when they go kaboom
Right.
because they're always useful,
For snake tongues.
these sorts of things. And simply, again, wedge it into the bottom between those two balloons. So you have your head for your snake.
Yeah, with a tongue. That looks cool.
That's
Yep.
right. I'm now going to form the body.
Right. Got to have a body.
Again, just a gold balloon all the way up. Soften it.
Yep.
And I'm simply going to fold it and squeeze the fold,
Okay.
making a zagged balloon.
Yep.
Fold it, squeeze the fold again and again. Squeeze the fold right along to make a ziggly
Oh, a zigzag.
zigzag body.
Yep.
Then at that knot, I'm going to tie the two together.
Yep.
Right over left, left over right. And take my texture, and textures can be used to really give it some finishing touches. Nostrils and fangs down the side here, make it a little bit evil looking, and a serpent eye, and the other side. Especially, the boys especially will love this one.
Yeah, I think they will.
And there you have a simple serpent.
A simple serpent. That looks really good, Pastor Darren.
Where are serpents in the Bible, Arnie?
They started in Genesis.
That's right, the Garden of Eden. You can tell the Garden of Eden story. In fact, you could use your apple you made earlier
Yep.
and the serpent to tell a powerful children's story or even a children's sermon.
You could.
The battle between good and evil right there.
Yep. And then Moses hung one up on a pole.
That's right.
Yep.
In the garden, on the way to the promised land,
That's right. Yep.
they were getting bitten by serpents, and God told Moses to make a bronze serpent, put it on a pole, and anyone looked to the serpent lived. But you can tell any story about the enemy, that's ancient serpent. You can tell the stories about the enemy in the Bible and how he goes around seeking who he might devour.
Yep, you could.
So lots of snake stories that you can tell,
Yep.
and bringing through the gospel with a twist.
Yep, that's an excellent way to tell a Bible story, Pastor Darren. I think I might call this snake Lucifer.
Lucifer the serpent.
Yep.
Okay, I'll put him to one side. Well, Arnie, I think we'll make one more balloon for our workshop today.
One more.
That's right.
Okay.
Actually, it's a multi-balloon figure. But we've gone from the dog, level 1, to now about level 5, using those same twists. We've learnt the loop twist and the tulip twist and the lock twist. I can now use those to make a multi-balloon figure, which is the butterfly.
Butterfly.
That's right.
Yeah. You know, when I was a kid, I used to think butter could fly. But I was wrong.
You're right today, Arnie. I'm going up about halfway again,
Yep.
tying it off. I'm going to do a big bubble. It's around about a 5 centimetre, 6 centimetre diameter.
Yeah, okay, yep.
And this is the head. I'm simply going to twist it on top of itself with a knot 8 or 9 times. Then to lock it, I'm going to do a pinch twist.
Oh, ouch.
Simply grab your balloon,
Yep.
make a small bubble,
And then pinch it.
grab each end, and I'm pinching it together.
Okay.
And that pinch twist again, doing 2 of them. That locks the head in, and also forms the start of my butterfly.
Okay.
Now another bubble, and then 2 more pinch twist bubbles. Pinch it, twist it, pinch it, twist it. So now you have the head, 2 pinch twists, a bubble, 2 pinch twists, then another bubble, and 2 more pinch twists.
That's a fairly complicated one, isn't it, Pastor Darren?
That's right, but we're right at the end, so we can go complicated.
Yep, we can, because we're really good at it now.
We are. So there we have a caterpillar.
Yeah, kind of, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep.
It's not finished yet, eh? It's work in progress.
We're all works in progress as God twists and shapes us into his amazing creation. We're going to purple balloon all the way up.
That's a big balloon.
That's right. We're now making the wings. Soften it.
Yep.
Tie it off.
Okay.
And I'm simply going to tie it into a circle, like I did for the flower. Right over left, left over right. I'm going to divide it in half, simply from the top down, grab it, twist it 3 times to lock it.
And there's the wings.
Under my arm. I'm going to then do a smaller bubble.
Yep. Thanks.
This time I'm going 3/4 of the way up
Right.
into a circle. Same thing. And tie it off. And again, twist it 3 times, lock it under my arm.
And that's the smaller wings.
Then the smallest one.
Ah, okay, an orange one.
This is just under halfway.
Right.
And again, into a circle. And very small.
Okay, you're going to break that tail off.
I'm going to leave that.
Are you going to leave that tail?
To tie at the end.
Okay.
Now I'm going to bring the 3 together, put the small one in the middle.
Okay.
So I've got the 3 at the knots. And I'm going to join them in
Okay, don't
by
break
twisting, just like the flower. And using that tail, I'm going to now wedge my caterpillar into the middle.
Right.
And at that second lot of twists, pinch twists, simply going to bring it around to tie it in. Use my texter to give it a mouth.
A mouth and some eyes.
And some eyes.
Yeah.
And there you have a simple but awesome butterfly.
Yeah, I reckon it's great, isn't it?
And I use this one just to tell the gospel story.
Yep, okay.
When the caterpillars say you'll only ever be a caterpillar, and you can eat and eat and eat, but you'll only be a caterpillar unless you are changed. You go into a cocoon,
Yep.
and you are broken down and remade, and when you hatch out, you turn from a plain old caterpillar into the most beautiful butterfly.
Wow.
And you too can ask God to twist and shape you into his amazing creation. It might take some twists and turns. It might even go pop.
Yep.
But God has a plan.
A plan for you. Yep, he can change you. He can put you through that big word, what does it say? Metamorphosis or something.
Yeah, metamorphosis, big word.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, wherever you're watching around the world, you can do it. If I can do it, a left-handed Moladuca, and God took that first dog, and now I'm Arnie and King's Kids, Arnie, Shaq and King's Kids, we're blessing hundreds and thousands and millions of families all around the world. We're reaching people that we may never meet, but God is reaching them. God can use this talent to use you to tell amazing gospel Bible stories with a twist. It's just practice.
It is lots of practice, Darren, but they can do it. Yep.
You can do it. So wherever you're watching around the world, thank you for joining us. get some balloons, get a pump, get some great stories, and begin twisting the gospel for the boys and girls in your sphere of influence too.
Amen. So from Balloon Kaboom, we'll catch you next time. See you, Pastor Darren.
Bye, Arnie. Bye, everyone out there. Happy twisting.